In our next performance, we will have Benjamin Liebman playing Richard, the Duke of Gloucester, in the play Richard III. Richard and all of England have just emerged from a war, and all the country is celebrating. Well, all but one. In these opening lines of the play, Richard expresses his distaste for the happy new times and hints at the action that is to come.
Now is the winter of our discontent, made glorious summer by this son of York, and all the clouds that lowered upon our house in the deep bosom of the ocean buried. Now our brows bound with victorious wreaths, our bruised arms hung up for monuments, our stern alarms changed to merry meetings, our dreadful marches to delightful measures. Grim-visaged war hath smoothed his wrinkled front, and now, instead of mounting barded steeds to fright the souls of our fearful adversaries, he capers nimbly in a lady's chamber to the lascivious pleasing of a lute. But I, that am not shaped for sportive tricks, nor made to court an amorous looking-glass, I that am rudely stamped and want love's majesty, to strut before a wanton ambling nymph. I that am curtailed of this fair proportion, cheated of feature by dissembling nature, deformed, unfinished, sent before my time to this breathing world, scarce half made up, and so lamely and unfashionable that dogs bark at me as I halt by them. Why, I in this weak, piping time of peace have no delight to pass the time away, unless to spy my shadow in the sun, and descant on mine own deformity. And therefore, since I cannot prove a lover to entertain these fair, well-spoken days, I'm determined to prove a villain and hate the idle pleasures of these days. Plots I have laid, inductions dangerous by drunken prophecies, libels, and dreams. To such my brother Clarence and the king in deadly hate, the one against the other. And if King Edward prove as true and just as I am subtle, false, and treacherous, this day should Clarence closely be mewed up about a prophecy which says that G of Edward's heirs, the murderer shall be. Dive thoughts down to my soul. Here Clarence comes.